A Friday morning that should have been quiet in the small town of Pinebridge, Arkansas, a place where people still leave their doors unlocked and know every neighbor's dog by name, turned into a national headline by lunchtime. Pinebridge High School was holding its annual Heroes Day, an event honoring police officers, firefighters, EMTs, and a few standout students. The gym was packed to the point the walls felt like they were breathing. The air was thick with floor wax, cheap cologne, and the lingering scent of waffles from the cafeteria, comforting and stifling all at once. In the front row stood Miles Jefferson, a 10th grader, dressed neatly in a freshly pressed white shirt, khakis with the tag still attached, and a clean fade from Leon's barber shop, $45 and a 3-hour wait. Miles wasn't the kind of kid who caused trouble. He was captain of the chess team, a straight-A student, and the type teachers described as a joy to have in class. But something felt off that morning. His mother, Carla Jefferson, held his hand tightly before he got out of the car, her eyes flickering with a worry she didn't name. On stage, Principal Howard Briggs, voice trembling slightly, began the program. Today, we honor not just our exemplary students, but also the brave individuals who keep Pinebridge safe. Please welcome Police Chief Ronald Delaney. Applause erupted. A few parents stood. Some students cheered louder, especially those with family in uniform. Chief Delaney walked on stage like the floor owed him something, broad-shouldered, clean-shaven head, mirrored sunglasses, and boots that looked more suited for a Texas ranch than a school gym. He removed his glasses and spoke in a thick southern drawl. Leadership starts with respect. With discipline. With knowing your place and learning how to climb the ladder. Heads nodded. A few teachers furrowed brows. Then he added a sentence that shifted the air. These days, too many people are trying to rewrite history. Saying this country was built by slaves instead of real hard work. I don't buy into that. Miles straightened. He raised one hand, only one. No shouting, just a calm voice. Excuse me, sir. But what you just said isn't historically accurate. There's extensive academic research showing that slavery was integral to the economic development of the South. That's a well-documented fact. Delaney paused. His gaze locked on Miles like he'd spotted a roach on his boot. And who exactly do you think you are, son, giving me a history lesson? I'm not giving a lesson, Miles said evenly. I just think if we're talking about truth, we should be accurate. Delaney let out a tight smile. Thinking. That's your first mistake. When grown folks are talking, kids ought to stay quiet. A few uneasy laughs scattered through the crowd. Miles' cheeks flushed, but he didn't sit. No disrespect, sir. But if leadership begins with integrity, then we have to tell the truth. The room went still. Delaney stepped down from the podium. 3 heavy steps. He stood directly in front of Miles. You calling me a liar, boy? No, sir, Miles answered. I'm saying your statement wasn't true. Smack. The slap cracked like a whip across the gym. Miles staggered. His glasses flew off. His lips trembled. He gripped the edge of the folding chair to steady himself. Gasps echoed. Phones came out. Someone whispered, did he just? A few students started to cry. Delaney stood over him, flexing his fingers like he'd just finished baling hay. Then, clap, clap, clap. 3 slow claps came from the back. All heads turned. The double doors swung open. Colonel Camille Dawson stepped inside, dark green army uniform, silver star on her chest, 2 military aides behind her. She didn't speak. She just kept clapping. Slow. Firm. Like nails being hammered into the coffin of a lie. Delaney froze. His face lost color. Miles stood still, eyes glassy but dry, his hands clenched. Camille stepped onto the stage. Her voice cut through the gym like ice. That's exactly why I'm here today. She turned to face the crowd. My name is Colonel Camille Dawson, U.S. Army. I was born 4 blocks from here. Graduated from this very school. Bronze Star recipient. 2 tours overseas. And I came here today to talk about courage, responsibility, and why no one, no child, should be punished for speaking the truth. Delaney opened his mouth, but she raised a hand. You just slapped a child. In a public school. In front of hundreds of witnesses. And on camera. That's not discipline. That's abuse of power. She faced Miles. You alright, son? He nodded, accepting a handkerchief from her. Don't you ever let anyone silence you when you're telling the truth, she said. That's how empires fall. By that afternoon, the video had gone viral. Delaney was trending, not for valor, but for the slap. Reporters swarmed Pinebridge. Miles' home was vandalized. Trash thrown on their porch. Graffiti sprayed. The police took 3 hours to respond and said, "We're doing our best." Miles became a reluctant symbol. Some hailed him. Others called him disrespectful. The school split in two, those who supported him, and those who stayed silent. The Pinebridge parents' Facebook group turned into a digital war zone. Someone mentioned Kaepernick, and everything exploded. Delaney never apologized. He said he acted instinctively to maintain order. But when Carla Jefferson, Miles' mom, stood up at the next town hall, she didn't need a mic. Her voice carried like thunder. I send my child to school to learn, not to get slapped. And if anyone thinks this is complicated, imagine it was your child being hit. I don't want an apology. I want justice. And in Pinebridge, a town that used to pride itself on staying calm and quiet, a 15-year-old boy made everyone stop and look inward, with just a raised hand, and an undeniable truth.